Hello, welcome to the Center for Parenting Education and our series about how to discipline. In this first introductory session, you will learn why disciplining children is so difficult, how disciplining techniques have changed over the years, and the difference between discipline and punishment. Have you ever faced any of these discipline dilemmas? How can I get my kids to listen to me without my having to yell? I don't want them to feel badly, but I get so frustrated. Or, when I was growing up, my parents were too strict. I don't want to be that way, but I don't know how else I can control my children. Or, my children just wear me down. I don't want to give in, but I don't have the energy to outlast them. Sometimes I feel like I'm a pushover. Or, how can I discipline my two children the same when they are so different from each other? Or, what do I do if my husband and I don't agree on how to discipline our children? These are some of the frequently asked questions and comments that parents raise regarding the issue of discipline. This part of the parenting job does not come easily to everyone, and it can feel like a huge responsibility to do it correctly. How parents handle discipline issues influences their children's self-esteem, the quality of the parent-child relationship, and the degree to which a child develops inner discipline. But often parents don't know the best, most effective way to impose the limits that their children need. Part of the difficulty is that the culturally acceptable forms of discipline in our country have changed multiple times over the past century. Until the 1950s, the conventional wisdom fell towards the stricter end of the discipline continuum. Parents felt that children should be seen and not heard, that there should be no negotiation, and that parents should make the rules and children should follow them without questioning. Discipline was often harsh. This is sometimes referred as the aggressive style of parenting. Beginning in the late 1950s, the pendulum swung all the way to the opposite end of the continuum, with permissiveness being the approach experts considered best. Children ruled the roost. Parents were reluctant to set limits, and they were overly focused on their children's feelings while often neglecting their own. Homes became very child-centered. Today, the pendulum has moved to the middle range of the continuum. Research has confirmed that this is the best form of discipline because it respects both the child and the parent, sees both the parent's needs and the child's needs as important, maintains everyone's self-esteem, maintains a healthy relationship between the parent and the child, and gradually transfers power and decision-making from the parent to the child. There is often confusion about what discipline actually is. The dictionary defines discipline as training that corrects, molds, strengthens, or perfects, with education listed as a synonym. Knowing that the goal of discipline is to teach your children can guide you in deciding how to react to your child's misbehavior. You can consider what it is that he needs to learn from the situation. So, for example, if your 4-year-old son is hitting his younger sister when he gets angry, he may need to learn more appropriate ways to express his frustration. Sometimes people use the words discipline and punishment interchangeably. However, there are important distinctions between the two words, as you can see here on the screen. How this would play out. Let's take our 4-year-old who's angry with his sister once again. If we were to discipline him, we might separate him from his sister so that he would have time to cool off. We may teach him ways to handle his anger and help with the words to use to express his thoughts. We would help him to find ways to avoid the situation in the future and to make amends to his sister. The goal would be for him to take responsibility and to grow from the situation. In contrast, punishment may include berating him and calling him names. He may be sent to his room for a significant amount of time so he could think about what he did wrong. Most likely while there, he would end up thinking about how mean and wrong his parent was for treating him that way, and not give any thought to how he could handle the situation with his sister differently in the future. In fact, he might be more likely to get even by hitting his sister again when he thinks there's no one around to catch him. So, ideas to think about. When your child misbehaves, is your response a punishment, wanting him to feel badly, or is it discipline, wanting him to learn? When your child misbehaves, Do you ask yourself, what is it that he or she needs to learn from the situation? And when you discipline your child, you can stop and think, what lessons are you teaching him? With awareness of these concepts, you will be better able to incorporate healthier forms of discipline into your responses to your children's inevitable misbehavior. Check out our website for more information about discipline. Thank you for joining us.